everyone, it's Sanni. I'm back from Sweden. I know I asked you guys if you want to see a video from Sweden. Unfortunately, some of the sound wasn't that great. I was just filming on the iPhone and some of the sound wasn't that great. I didn't really remember to shoot always, and then the sound was missing and stuff. So I don't have enough material to actually do a nice video of shopping in Sweden. But here's a quick glimpse of what it was like. A little bit of fashion and a little bit of beauty and stuff. Where are we gonna go, Hannah?
Chalamala.
Chalamala.
So this is my favorite vintage shop, Money.
There we go. It's very cute looking. Ooh, love this. Old Vogues from the 70s. Might have to purchase some. Amazing necklace. Amazing bracelet made out of a... Hold on. I'm gonna try and get these in the same one. Such amazing bracelets, is unreal. There are a Swedish band called Kogi. Anna, have you used the Anastasia stuff?
The eyebrow stuff?
Yeah.
No.
Me either. Me too. I love them. I'm having a love affair with midi heels. What's the brand? Samso and Samso. Yeah. Samso and Samso. Samso and Samso Swedish or Danish?
Danish.
Say hi to everyone.
Hi, hi everyone.
If push comes to shove, you can actually, it's got peanut oil, you can actually eat it as well if you're really starving.
Seriously?
Yep, it's well, I mean that's...
So you use it for everything. But
yep.
It's an excellent lip balm, that's why I love it. Like. Anyways, back to this tutorial. So I saw the cover of Tatler UK, I think a week or two ago, and I loved it. The cover story is Alice Eve. She is, I guess, most famous for her role in Sex and the City 2 movie. She was the nanny without the bra, and she is so she's so pretty. She is a British actress. And she did kind of a vintage inspired shoot in Palm Springs, and I love Palm Springs, totally adore the place, and I also think she's so pretty and I love the look, so I was really inspired to do it. It's the photo shoot was inspired by Doris Day, and I actually haven't done a Doris Day look. This is not an exact Doris Day look, this is just inspired by that. So I hope you guys like this and let me know what you think. I'm going to show you how to do the hair as well at the end. It's easy, and I'm going to switch it up to one of the looks you saw in the beginning pictures as well, using one of my favorite ever hair products for updos. So if you want to see that, skip to the end of the film, but if you want to see the makeup tutorial, just watch the whole thing. So the key to creating kind of a full coverage foundation but that's still luminous is layering different types of products. If you just use a really full coverage foundation, it will give you the coverage, but we want to make it a little bit more modern. So I'm going to show you a different way of creating fullish coverage but still keeping it luminous. So I'm going to start off with my Too Faced Beauty Balm, and my shade is Cream Glow. And I'm just going to apply that with my fingers. You could use as your kind of first layer tinted moisturizer, a beauty balm, something that gives you a great base to work with, already starts giving you coverage, but doesn't really, you know, cover up your skin completely. So this has already given me some coverage. I've got kind of pigmentation right now, so I will need more coverage. And as the next thing, I'm going to use a little bit of an illuminator. I am using the Armani Fluid Sheer in number 7, and it has a slightly pinky glow, and I really like this. I'm going to use this a couple of times. So I just pump a little bit on the back of my hand, and I am using the Real Techniques, which brush is this? This is the contour brush, and I'm just going to dab it on the top of my cheekbones, and I like to go all the way kind of to what part of the forehead is this called? Brow, I guess. So I'm just going to do those now, and I'm quite haphazard about it because we'll do this again. I'm just kind of building up layers. And I put a little bit just on, not the tip of my nose, just here, kind of bridge of my nose. Then I'm going to take a mineral powder. My favorite is the Laura Mercier one. You could use any mineral powder that you like, and my shade is Natural Beige. I'm going to get a little bit on the lid, and then I'm using, you can use pretty much any kind of a kabuki style brush. My favorite right now for using with it is the Real Techniques buffing brush. I also use, I don't remember the name of it, but the Sigma equivalent to this quite a lot. So I just get some of the product on the brush, well, most of the product on the brush, really tap it well, and I'm going to start working around my forehead because I really always want to cover up the kind of like the pigmentation here on my forehead quite quickly. And just buff it in. And with this, it's great to keep building up layers slowly, so don't add too much mineral powder instantly. Under the eyes, I'm going to use my current favorite, the Giorgio Armani Under Eye Concealer. I'm not using the corrector, the pink one. I'm just using the concealer, so I'm just going to paint it on. And then I'm using my MAC 224 to blend it out. And I'm adding a little bit more of the luminizer. Again, just putting, actually I'm going to put 2 little tiny pumps on the back of my hand. Using the same brush. And I'm going to add a bit more. Just going to do a quick little brush on my jawline. There's almost nothing on the brush. And then top lip. Just here. Actually, I'm going to just put it kind of over my brows. It just gives a nice little highlight. Then for blusher, I am actually going to use Makeup Forever Aqua Cream, and this is in a 09. And this is kind of a multi-purpose product. You can use this for almost anything. And I'm just using my MAC 130 brush, and I'm just going to kind of stipple it in. This product is quite, it's a cream product, but it's quite a dry cream product. And the blush needs to be quite subtle. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to start at kind of like the height on the top of my cheekbones, and I'm just going to start adding this. My hair is getting in it. As you can see, the blush is like super subtle and really blended in. I'm going to do almost zero contouring, absolutely no bronzer, and I am going to use, this is from a MAC Pro store, and it's called Sculpt powder, and I'm going to use Sculpt and Emphasize just ever so slightly, not too much, and I'm going to use a fan brush. So I'm going to run it. You could use kind of a matte bronzer for this as well, and I'm just going to run the fan brush on it lightly, get rid of most of it on my hand, and then where my kind of, I can feel where my bone is just there. All I'm going to do is ever so slightly and really close to the ear, just run it under, but you're almost not contouring at all. Then I just kind of clean off the brush by getting rid of the product, and I'm going to take the white powder called Emphasize, and where we put the highlighter, I'm just lightly dabbing it on top of it. Then I'm going to powder really lightly using my MAC Prep and Prime, and I'm just going to powder the center of my face. I'm just using a small Bobbi brown, I think this is officially an eye brush, and just center down the nose. Really important to get kind of around the nose, so make sure that the nose is not shiny at all. I'm going to start the eyes. I'm starting off with MAC Paint Pot in Groundwork, and I'm using MAC 217, and I'm just going to lightly blend it on the moving part of the lid up to my crease. Then I'm going to take a clean 217 and MAC Cork, and I chose Cork because this is a warm light brown, not a cold one, because I want the eye makeup to have a little bit of warmth to it. So I'm just going to dab that on, and then I'm going to run it in the crease, just really, really lightly. This just kind of deepens the crease It doesn't change the color. Under the eyes, I'm going to switch to MAC's Satin Taupe and the pencil brush. And the reason why I'm switching is I want there to be a little bit of a hint of shine just on the lower lash line. And you apply this like super, super lightly. So just kind of follow your lower lash line. I'm not going to go all the way to the inner corner. I'm kind of going to stop 2/3 of the way in. And then I'm just going to blend it with a clean 217. I don't want there to be any kind of harsh edges at all. And really kind of blend everything. And with that same 217, I'm going to add a tiny highlight on my brow bone and on my inner corner. And I'm going to use Burberry color. I know that everybody's been buying the, what is it called? Pearl Barley. And I wanted to try out a different shade. So I bought Porcelain because I always need a nice highlighter shade, which is really, really similar to my favorite highlight shade, NARS All About Eve. So you don't necessarily need to splash out on a Burberry. You can just use a highlighter shade. This has this tiniest bit of kind of satin shimmer, but not really, kind of nothing too glittery, more of like a sheen. So I'm just going to put a very, very small amount under my brow bone. And also just on the inner corner of the eye. So the liner is kind of a classic cat eye, well, kitten eye, like 50s liner, but we're going to smudge it out a little bit. And for this type of liner where you smudge it out a little bit, I really like to use these. Chanel and Laura Mercier have these. I'm not sure what every brand that has them, but they're essentially, I've almost used up the Laura Mercier one, essentially liners that you need to wet with water and then you apply them. And the Chanel one is newer. And this kind of gives you a little bit of time to really play with it. I can't use them with water myself because especially if it's, even if it's a little bit sunny or if it's a little bit windy, my eyes sit into water and like they just run like crazy. So what I do is I use them with my Makeup Forever Aqua Seal, and it's brilliant with that. So what I'm going to do is I actually mix it here. This came with the Chanel one. I'm going to use this as a mixing tray. So I'm going to put a couple of drops of the Aqua Seal in there. Now you could do this with water as well. And then I'm going to take, this is my Shumar 6M, my favorite liner / lip brush. And I am going to just wet the brush in the Aqua Seal. And then I'm going to take this is the left hand side, which is the matte side. And I'm just going to get my brush into color, and always test it on the back of your hand to see how wet or how dry the color is, because you don't want it too wet. And then I'm going to start off on the middle of my eye and start going towards the inner corner. But don't go all the way to the inner corner. I'm going to stop just before. And then keep building up the line. And then once you reach the outer corner, you just wing it out. So sketch it up and then connect it back in and start filling it in. Then I'm just using kind of like a sponge applicator that actually comes with the Chanel. And I'm going to blend the whole length of the line. I want it to be kind of blurry, not sharp. And then I'm going to go over the line one more time, because sometimes when you blend, you kind of end up taking off a little bit too much color from the very root of the lashes. So when I go over this now, I'm only really concentrating on the part of the line that's close to the lashes. So the effect is that of kind of a defined kitten line, but then the top edge is a little bit blurred. Then once your liner is done, look straight in the mirror, and I can already see from the mirror that I actually want to wing them out a little bit further. So make sure the shape is what you want before you start kind of pulling it out, because when you pull out liner, that kind of exaggerates the angle where you're going to go. So if the angle is a little bit wrong, it's going to exaggerate it, so it's going to pull it down too much or it's going to go too far up. So just make sure that you're really happy with the angle before you start pulling out. So it's kind of important when you're doing liner is to find the right place for the liner to wing up on your kind of specific eye shape. So I can't tell you exactly where to go. It really depends on the eye shape. To just, you know, play around with it. Go really almost straight up and to all the way to kind of straight horizontal, and it'll be somewhere in between. Curl your lashes. For mascara, I'm using the Clinique High Impact mascara, and I'm going to use it both top and lower. For eyelashes, I'm going to use the Girls Aloud 10-year anniversary lashes. I'm just going to show these to you. You don't have to have the same ones, but what I really like about these is that they're super fluttery and they're actually very subtle on the inner corner, and then they get thicker and longer to the outer edge. So it really kind of complements this kind of soft kitten liner. So yeah, I think these are great. But so when you choose your lashes, just make sure they're not too kind of spiky, so they need to be more fluttery. Then I'm using my Benefit eyebrow, and I'm just going to do my lower waterline. Then I'm going to do the brows. Now the brows are quite well defined, but they're still soft, so I'm going to do them in 2 stages. So first I'm just brushing them up, and then I'm going to use my SUQQU pencil in green. Hold on, what was the color? It's a green color anyways, it's really funny. It is moss green in 1, and I'm just going to fill in my brows. Somebody outside. My window is open to the courtyard. And this pencil is great because it's super precise. So you kind of draw in little lines, actual little hairs. Then as a second step on my brows, I'm going to use the Anastasia Medium Ash Medium Brown, and I'm just going to actually mix them together, and I'm using it with, actually this is an Anastasia brush as well. And I'm just softly going to go over the brows because the look of the brows is quite soft. So the first stage kind of drew in all the lines that I don't have, and then I'm going to essentially kind of blur them out, I guess, a little bit with this. But it's a soft, full brow. Then for lips. Now, on the cover of Tatler, I think they actually changed her lipstick because she's wearing this specific Chanel lipstick, which is 117 in Magnolia, which is a beautiful pink. I really love this. This is from the Rouge Coco Chanel range, and it's gorgeous. It's really nice. But on the inner pages of the article, where I actually like her look better, her lipstick is kind of true to color, whereas on the cover they've made it bluer, pinkier. But I wanted to stay true to the look, so I'm using this one. But first I'm going to line my lips, and I'm using the Bobbi Brown Ballet Pink, and I'm just going to lightly line them. And I'm also going to fill them in. Not 100%, but just kind of a little bit. This will just help the light color to last better. And then I'm just going to apply the lipstick straight up. Blot once. And then just do it again. So as you can see, the color of the lipstick is not quite the same as in the cover, but it's the same as is in the inner pages. If you want to go bluier with this look, that's fine, but I actually think it's prettier kind of following the actual look on the inside pages. So I washed and blow dried my hair. When I was blow drying my hair, I used the Frieda Frizzy's Curl Reviver mousse, and when I blow dried my hair, I literally just blow dried it upside down. And I've made a parting on this side. It's actually not the side that I usually part my hair in, but this is so that I can actually encourage it, because it's going the wrong way. I can encourage it to do that kind of that flick up. On the top of my head, I have like the largest rollers from the Hot Roller kit, and just on the sides I've rolled them down. I have the medium, and on the back I have the medium. So I'm just going to take all of these out and I'll show you what it looks like. So it kind of looks like all over the place now. So I'm going to take a natural bristle brush, and I'm going to start lightly, not terribly strongly, brushing out the curls and kind of combining them. Then I'm backcombing rather furiously, and you're going to look for a bit, you're going to look more 80s than 60s or 50s, kind of retro. And once you kind of backcombed enough, you're going to start finding the style again. That backcombing just gives you essentially the volume, and you already have like the curls from the hot rollers, and this is giving you the volume. And the brush I'm using is just like a backcombing brush. You could use a round brush, a smaller bristle brush, but just find the curls essentially again that you've so furiously backcombed out. Oh, I forgot to say I did spray my hair with tons of hairspray. Just make sure you have a lot of volume going on. Then obviously spray once more. And you're done. So to switch it up, I'm going to use the Dusted Powder by Osses Schwarzkopf, and this is amazing. If you want to get like your hair to stay up pretty much with one bobby pin, this is your hair powder. I've tried other ones, but this is my absolute favorite, and hair stylists that I've worked with on set also swear by this, so I know that I'm in good hands. And then I'm going to use just a kind of an elastic, elastic headband. I'm just going to pop that around my neck first so that I don't need to do that after. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to dust the powder around my head just slightly, and then just poof it out. It makes your hair tacky, but it will also make it hold pretty much anything. So right now my hair looks pretty amazing, and I'm just going to brush out parts from the front, and then I am going to slide this band on just kind of like that, and I'm gonna tilt my head down so you won't see this part. And I basically just kind of gathered all of my hair up, but because of the powder I can just put in a couple of pins and it will literally stay up. So I'm going to use a few bobby pins. Let's see how much you can see. And I am literally really haphazardly pinning it all up. Now in the front I want these hairs not to obviously fall like this, but I'm not going to pin them. They're, because of the powder and because of a little bit of extra hairspray, they are just going to stay up like that. So it was literally as easy as that. No, no specific skill really required, but anything you do with the, where did I put the powder? With this powder, when you put your hair up, it just really gives you volume and it really stays up. So you don't need to put like, normally I'd put 20 or 30 little pins in my head. With this one, I think I put in 4. So that's as easy as that to switch it up. Obviously I have already volume from the previous style. So if you were to do this just on fresh hair, I would probably backcomb quite a bit. So that's it. Thanks so much for watching. Please let me know what other videos you'd like to see from me. I really enjoy, I think the videos that I enjoy doing the most are different types of vintage style. But of course, you know, I want to do modern ones as well. But let me know what you would really love to see, because I'm so interested in knowing what people, what you guys actually enjoy. And I know that I've got some lined up that I really want to do. I want to do Audrey Hepburn in Funny Face. I've got a shoot like that coming up, and I want to do the look for you guys as well. So, and there's a couple of other stars. I want to do Bewitched so badly. I love Bewitched. But anyways, let me know what you'd like to see, and if you like my channel, please subscribe, and I'll see you again next time.